Hi, let's talk about Death in Her Hand. So I have notes for this rambling review. It's still going to be a ramble. I just have some brief notes to keep me slightly focused. I recently finished Death in Her Hands by Ottessa Moshfegh. I am loving Ottessa Moshfegh, and I am slowly going through her entire catalog. And I don't think I'm going to do individual reviews for all of them, but I'm going to do for certain ones. And this one felt like it needed a review. This follows our main character, Vesta, who is an elderly lady. She's in her 70s. She is widowed, and she has moved herself into this cabin like deep in the woods in this small town that is not as sophisticated as she is. So she's walking in the woods with her dog, and she finds this note that says her name was Magda. Nobody will ever know who killed her. It wasn't me. Here is her dead body. This starts the entire narrative, and it is basically Vesta trying to figure out who Magda is. She creates her own mystery and then decides to try to solve it. She starts to narrate Magda's life and figuring out, who is Magda? Let me project things onto Magda and make Magda a really fully formed, fully fleshed out person. While she's doing all of this, Vesta's also going into like just severe dementia. Like, she's losing her mind. You can't tell what is reality and what isn't. Is there really a note that's from Magda? Is it actually Vesta writing a note to herself? What is going on? And I just love how deliciously like deranged this book is. It gave me Drive Your Plow vibes. In both these books, we have main characters. They are elderly women who are totally out of touch with the rest of society. They are not exactly like nice or cozy, or like they're not like your cute grandma that you want to cuddle up with. There's something not very kind about either of them, but there's also something kind of likable about them. And they're both deranged in different ways. And I love how you have two separate books that came out sort of at that same time and were not influenced by each other in any way, but like there was this weird hive mind thing going on where two authors, great authors, wanted to explore the idea of sanity and dementia and sort of deranged elderly women. And I absolutely adored this. And I have some theories. There's a lot about this book that is left unsaid. There's a lot that is left unexplained, and there's a reason for that. It's because our narrator cannot explain these things to you, but I have some theories. And my main theory with this book, and let me know what your thoughts were. If you've read this, what are your theories on Death in Your Hands? What were your thoughts on it? Give me the tea, give me the skinny, give me your thoughts. Because here's what I think. My theory on this book is that Magda is actually just Vesta. Vesta is looking back on her life when she was the age of this Magda. She believes Magda is this young woman who has got this like bad boyfriend and this bad life and these bad parents and is stuck and ends up getting murdered and all this stuff. She makes this whole narrative for Magda. And I think Magda is a stand-in for the life that the Vesta that was pre-marriage Vesta, because as she's going through this spiral, you find out just how terrible her husband kind of was, and just how much Vesta kind of sells out her life and her dreams and herself to be married to this man and to follow this man around. And I think now that she's widowed and she has like very ruthlessly cut herself off from the life that she had when she was married and moved herself into isolation, and she's stuck with her own thoughts, and those thoughts may be becoming jumbled because she has dementia. She is reflecting back on things, and now Magda is becoming this stand-in for Vesta. And Vesta is using Magda to explore her own grief on losing the woman that she could have been. And I may have read totally too far into this, but that's the kind of experience that I had while reading it. That's the thought I had while reading it. Once it was all over, I was like, I feel like Vesta is Magda and Magda is Vesta. And Vesta she's trying to process all the things that happened in her life now that she's in her 70s and how she ended up here. And it seems you get these hints from Vesta, and now she's telling you, you don't know if they're real or not, but you get this sense that maybe Vesta was a smart and interesting and, I don't know, vivacious person when she was younger, and that kind of got squashed by her husband and the things that he did, and her having to support him, and he was a scientist and all of his things. And I don't know, I just loved this book. I just love Ottessa Moshfegh. I have notes and this is still a ramble. Yeah, I love Ottessa Moshfegh. I think that she does a really good job of mixing in humor and derangedness and exploring sort of the darker corners of our minds and thoughts. I like to think about like Lapvona, how like violent and vicious that book was, but also how it's a discussion of religion and abuse from religion and using religion for your own means. She's so good. She's so good. So next up I have McGlue, and then I'm trying to get my hands on Eileen so I can read that. And I will read anything this woman writes from now until eternity. She is fantastic. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in my next video, whatever it may be, because it's my channel and I can do whatever I want. Bye.
So just sit with me, talking to the night until the morning, building chemistry. I don't think I ever wanna go come closer next to me. Trying to find another way to say this, but I think